Loose change for getting down. It's Friday and I'm on fire, and I know that I'll break your heart, and I'm sorry, I'm just so tired. These cars are just it, so won't you come?
Suzanne's Paparazzi Jewelry, 24/7 shopping available. 160920 is the code. Show her some love, like she showed us.
Well, we are here. We are here, and welcome to the Coast to Coast Entertainment Network. I am Ace, and you're watching another episode of Between the Ropes. That's right. We're here to break down wrestling news for you here tonight. Wrestling news. So let's go ahead and let's go on over here to our first dude who likes his bacon a little bit crispy. So we call him Mr. Crispy Bacon. How's it going tonight, my man?
Going good. Another week of, entertaining wrestling, and we're here to break it all down.
All right, definitely ready for you. All right, so then we have my partner in crime, my tag team partner, Mr. Mess Around Dave over there. How you doing tonight?
I'm great. I had a good day today. Like I told you guys before the show, I went. My brother in town went to Seaford Festival, got a little sunburnt. Saw my childhood best friend, and now I'm ready to talk about some slobber knockers tonight.
Slobber knocker. All right.
Mr. Slobber knocker.
All right. Let's go ahead and go into Christy. How are you doing tonight?
Doing good. Just ready to talk some wrestling and have fun doing it.
Absolutely. Oh, and then of course we can't forget. Where is Randy? It's trending. It's trending tonight live on Twitter.
Worldwide.
It's trending. It's trending worldwide. Where is Randy?
Where's
Randy.
Randy?
We're not talking about Randy Orton. Just to clarify, everybody, we're talking about Mr. Dragon Viper. Where is Randy? So let's turn it over to Where is Randy, Mr. Big B. How you doing tonight?
I'm doing good. Where's Randy? He's probably out playing with his marbles. So they're little, I heard. So
I didn't know he had any left.
But anyway, so I'm ready to talk some wrestling. It was a good week. So ready to hear what you guys all have to say.
Here we go.
Before we start out, I have a question for you. And this one kind of popped up, and I was like, "Ooh, this is kind of a really good question." Really, so to say, when you think about it, what do you think HBK versus Rock match would have been like at WrestleMania?
Ooh.
Epic.
Oh yeah.
That's just
Did
me.
you read the same article I read? You probably did.
Sort of, like, just people were just kind of talking about it, and they were saying they were a little depressed that they never got to see an HBK versus Rock.
Yeah, but when HBK was in his prime, Rock was just kind of getting started. So
Right.
I mean, if we could have got HBK, in the mid '90s as a Heartbreak Kid or whatever, after he, broke away, or even Degeneration X HBK, and The Rock, when The Rock was at his highlight, that would have been an epic match. I still think it would have been epic. To throw him in there one time, but for some reason, booking never happened.
And speaking of Degeneration X, Shawn Michaels, did you guys watch the A&E biography on DX tonight or no?
Nope, I haven't seen it yet.
No, me
I
neither.
can't wait.
Your dad commented and said he sucks.
Right? Dad doesn't even know who I'm talking about. So Gene Carlson, hey, how's it going tonight? Hope you're having a good night. So
Hey,
there's
is that related to Randy? Ain't Carlson
With his
related?
brother.
Mom.
Where's
Mom.
Randy?
Where's Randy?
Randy.
So speaking of that, though, so speaking of Shawn Michaels too, about the article that came out, it's funny how, you know, when NXT 2.0 started, like everybody was like, hey, Vince, you kind of really screwed up NXT 2.0, Vince, Bruce. But then I don't know if you guys saw this, but Shawn Michaels came out and said, hey guys, I want to let you guys know if NXT 2.0 sucked, that's on me. He's like, because Vince and Bruce did not run it. He's like, when Triple H had health issues, he passed. And so he's like, whether it was good or bad, it's on me.
Yep, I saw that quote.
And I was like, holy cow, really?
Speaking of the Rock and HBK wrestling, I read an article. The reason why they never had a match together is because The Rock never wanted it because of the way he was treated by HBK as a child.
Oh, jeez.
Yeah.
Wow.
Probably not good. What a bummer.
I don't know how true it was, but Bret Hart and a couple others came out and put some,
Well,
they put their word behind it.
Oh, okay. Wow.
But yeah, that match would have been a classic. That would have been like one of the matches that we're still talking about today if it happened.
Yeah. Like, it'd be like one of those, like 25 years later, where we'll still be talking about it.
it's interesting though, because you do see like when a lot of news comes out, and if it's either from Meltzer or the dirt sheets, then
or Sean Ross Sapp,
then it ends up being to where people are like, what are you talking about? Like the wrestlers themselves will come out and be like, that is so far from the truth.
Right.
I don't even know what you're talking about.
I know
So,
there are people.
no,
there
it's
are
fine.
people out there who are so gullible they will believe the dirt sheets and stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah, and so that's why typically if I see like a rumor, the first thing I do is actually like look it up to see if I can find it. I'll like go to Google and see if I can find it somewhere else or something, just to see if there's somebody else who might have dropped it, because Meltzer, Sean Stapp, and the dirt sheets, I just don't trust them. I don't like any news that comes out. I just can't trust what they're saying, because it's usually so far from the truth. It's hard to be like, okay, what's true and what's not.
I feel the same way with Vince Russo, like, because he has so much bad like blood with the WWE, and he always bad about them.
I'm the same way with Jim Cornette. I just think he's just a moron, and so much hate towards WWE. It's ridiculous. Like, get over it.
Yeah, and that's funny with Meltzer, because Meltzer's been around back when WWE, WCW days are going, and you know, he was always a go-to guy. Now, you know, Ace, I know you call him the AEW yes man or whatever, but it seems like he's so far connected off these rumors that it's like, really, you've been around this long? I just don't get it, you know.
I mean, I don't either.
But Meltzer is that AEW yes man and Mark. Like everything he pretty much said.
It could be just the fact his connections with AEW and who's in there that we don't know. I mean, maybe he's lost that connection with WWE, but I mean, Chris, you brought up Cornette. I mean, Cornette seems like he's fallen off his rocker. Russo, you know, he's got all the grudges with, you know, from Vince buying out WCW to firing him and, you know, stuff like that, you know, so.
Well, yeah, and so, like, the good thing when you think about, like Meltzer, sometimes to me, though, I've always said, I'm like, sometimes he actually helps rumors, and what I mean by that is when Cody left AEW and it was going out to where people were like, oh, Cody's signing with WWE, and then Meltzer's like, nope, he's gonna back out at Mania. It's never gonna happen.
And we saw how true that was. Look who showed up at WrestleMania. Cody Rhodes.
The rumors are saying.
Yeah. I still say the internet's killing the big surprise though in wrestling.
It is. I mean, it's almost like you just can't be surprised by anything anymore.
Well, that's why
really keep it under lock and key.
When a pay-per-view rolls around, I stay off the internet because I don't want to see anything. I don't want to know. I want to be surprised.
Same here. Well, I did make the mistake of reading some spoilers one time. And I was like, ugh. I'm like, well, this just sucks.
I'll read the spoilers mostly because I'm at work, and I'll still watch it. But I'm talking like the Cody Rhodes thing. It's like, God, if that would have been kept under wraps, that would have been just.
Oh,
huge.
that would have been huge. It would have been bigger than what it was.
I mean, not Goldberg. Brock Lesnar showing up in Minneapolis here at the end of SmackDown. That was under wraps. I didn't hear nothing about that, and the place almost tore down. So.
Yeah, they had it.
When he showed up at SummerSlam last year,
the whole place went insane.
Yeah.
When he showed up.
When Dakota Kai and Io Shirai showed up, that was under wraps. Nobody saw that coming.
Yep.
Oh, I didn't.
Well, Karrion Kross a couple weeks ago, we all read it.
Didn't see that happening either. I mean, there was rumors, but it wasn't true until he and Scarlett showed up.
Well, the rumor on that day, but that rumor that day said Cross is in talks with WWE.
Yeah, in talks.
Talks.
And then
signed the contract, and then poof, there he is.
Right, and I was like, that was crazy. It was there and
TikTok.
gone.
Fallen prey.
And he signed his contract the day of showing up.
Ooh, okay.
Yeah. All right. Well, let's go ahead and talk a little bit of Raw now. Let's go ahead and jump into some stuff here. So we'll just kind of run it down. We'll start out with so this week on Raw they started with the women's tag team tournament title. Yep. And so I was like, hey, this might actually be pretty good. You saw Io Sky and Dakota Kai defeat Tamina and Dana Brooke, which I think we all saw coming.
That was anticipated, I think.
But I think what's cool, though, is they actually let them wrestle. So it wasn't like this really quick match. They actually let it actually went for like 11 minutes or something. So it was actually pretty cool. Yeah, it was actually kind of cool. So, Chris, what was your thoughts on this match?
No, it was a good match. I mean, I'm glad they're giving the women's wrestlers, some time to do their matches. But it's going to be interesting how the tag team tournament's going to shape out.
All right, mess around.
I loved it. I thought it was even awesome when the other, what's her name, Sonya Deville and her partner came out and they stood there and both teams attacked them. And then they looked at each other and realized that they were supposed to be fighting each other.
Right.
And then they started beating up each other. So that was great. The story they told, it did. Triple H is doing great things already. I mean, you can already tell. And normally before, when we come on the show, I wasn't really looking forward to talking about Raw and SmackDown, but every week now since, I can't wait to talk about it.
Yep.
TikTok.
Right.
TikTok. All right. Christy.
That was a really good match. I mean, I know that the women can put on good matches just like the men can, and this was a good one. And Dakota and Io winning, it was anticipated, but it was a really good match. I enjoyed it.
Io.
All
right, Big B.
No, it was a good match. Part of me is questioning a few of these tag team combinations they put together. Just doesn't make sense.
No.
But I think the tournament overall is going to be good. I think we're going to get a lot of action. I do think there's going to be a curveball at the end, though. So,
like what? I think one of the teams is going to get taken out, and that'll make room for Sasha and Naomi. But that's just my opinion, though.
Nope, that's kind of what I was thinking.
Yeah,
or
I'm trying to think which
or
team
they're going to show up at the
out.
finals and say we never lost the title, so we get first crack at the winners or something. So
or something.
Chris, Gene's saying that they can't hear you.
Okay.
So you're kind of muffled there on your audio. I'm not sure what's going on, but apparently they can't hear you on your end.
Oh my God.
All right. So let's go ahead and jump into it here. We also have Seth Rollins versus Angelo Dawkins. That the thing is that actually surprised me because Angelo Dawkins actually held his own. Like I saw this and I was like, Angelo might be making a name for himself too. I don't think that they will split up the Street Profits. I don't think they will with Triple H. I don't think it's going to happen. But if they ever did, at least Angelo Dawkins is showing that he could be on his own, just like Montez Ford. So mess around, Dave. Your thoughts on the Rollins and Dawkins match?
This match for me was a banger. I mean, Angelo Dawkins really showed what he can do on his own. And you don't get to see it a whole lot because everybody talks about Montez Ford, the other part of the Street
I'll be back.
Profits.
I'm going to talk about it with my mom.
Okay. Yeah, you don't get to see that a lot because they talk about Montez Ford and how good he is, but Angelo Dawkins is so underrated, and he did hold his own. And there was times that match I thought he was going to win, but it was a really good match.
All right, Christy.
That was a really good match. And Angelo Dawkins impressed me. He really did. I mean, yeah, we all talk about Montez Ford and all that, but I think Angelo Dawkins is just as capable of doing his own thing.
So I wonder if there's going to be a tag team match tomorrow now with Seth Rollins and somebody else versus the Street Profits.
Maybe.
I could
Who knows?
potentially see that. Big B.
You know, Ace, I was kind of thinking that, I mean, that's all that's left is a tag team match, but who would they throw in there with Rollins as a partner? But, no, Dawkins definitely showed his own. Montez has showed his own, and what a great way to work it in a singles action with Rollins, who we all look at and can see is a great ring worker and can help tell a story. So, I mean, when they first started it, I'm just like, well, what kind of point is this storyline going? But, I'm enjoying the matches, and, I'm with Ace. I can see a tag match, just don't know who could potentially be Rollins' partner.
Mm-hmm. One more thing I'd like to add, though, is like anybody that wrestles with Rollins is going to look good because Rollins is so good in the ring.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Well, so I am making my debut on Raw tomorrow. I am going to be partnering with Rollins. So
what does your ring gear look like?
So you guys, I'm actually coming out in a tutu.
Sweet. He's going to be called Ace the Ballerina.
Well, I was going to come out in a raisin costume because
like California raisin.
My wrestling name apparently to that app, like I was saying, it was supposed to be called the Flaming Raisin. So
yeah, flaming all right.
Yeah.
So anyways,
it's raisins on fire.
But, Chris, if you want to give it a shot, we can see how you're.
Yeah. Can you guys hear me?
I can hear you just fine.
I can hear you.
Okay.
Good.
No, I mean the Angelo Dawkins and Seth Rollins match was pretty good. I think that's going to be a rivalry for a little bit, and then I think something's going to happen at Clash at the Castle soon.
I don't think it's your audio. I think you just need to talk louder.
Yeah, or
get closer to the mic.
Yeah, or something.
Right.
Yeah, but anyways, yeah. So I definitely agree. This was a very, very good match. Really, really enjoyed it. I'm looking forward to more of Rollins and Street Profits, and then eventually we know that Riddle's going to get mixed back up in this again. We know it's going to be probably Riddle versus Rollins at Clash of the Castle. We're definitely waiting for it.
I would hold off on that because I read something today that Riddle's supposed to make an announcement on his health tomorrow and his in-ring. So we'll see how true that is. But I did read an article saying that Riddle plans on making a big announcement tomorrow.
Well, I guess we'll definitely find out and see then.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
All right. So then we had that, Kevin Owens kind of picked back up with that Ezekiel storyline, but it looks like that storyline's going to be over now. And from my understanding, that like Ezekiel is pretty much out of it now. Like Triple H is like getting rid of the whole Ezekiel thing, and he's bringing back Elias. I do believe, from my understanding. I don't quote me on that because I'm not 100%. It's just from what I've heard. They're supposed to be bringing Elias back. So it's going to be interesting to see exactly where that goes.
Yeah.
So, Christy, if you want to mention anything about the Kevin Owens and Ezekiel thing, you can.
No, I'm
Yeah.
just. Oh, go for it.
I was gonna say Kevin Owens can go. I knew it.
I knew it,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
I knew it. Well, the thing is, though, that I really liked about this is that they're bringing the old KO back, like the
Prize fighter.
the badass Kevin Owens.
Yeah,
That's
Fight
like,
Owens, fight.
Fight, Owens, fight.
oh yeah, and so you're gonna definitely see him in the main event picture soon. You definitely are,
Yeah.
because it's Kevin Owens. So you're
Kevin
definitely gonna
freaking
see him.
Owens.
All right. So Big B, what do you think of the Kevin Owens and Ezekiel final thing? So now it's over and done, and you won't see it anymore.
Yeah, I mean, where else could they have gone with it? I mean, the only thing would have been was for Ezekiel to say, "Yeah, I'm Elias. I've been playing you guys all along." But
Mm-hmm.
it got stale really quick. Yeah, it was funny for a couple of times there. They did the Elias showed up, and they did the cinematic thing. But yeah, it was getting old. No surprise. So glad to see Owens back to being Owens when he first showed up. So that should be good. Get him in the main event picture. But Dave said it earlier. Triple H is doing very good things right now.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
Crispy bacon.
Now it's gonna be interesting what's gonna happen with Elias and maybe Seth Rollins or Kevin Owens or whoever. I don't know. But I'm glad the direction Triple H is going in.
All right. Mess around.
You know what? They're not done with it. They're going to bring out his other brother, Elliot. That's all I have to say about it. This thing is so redundant and overdone, and
Please.
This is
I'm glad it's over.
this is where Vince comes out in a do-rag and goes, "I am Vince's younger brother."
Yeah.
Yeah.
right.
It was me the whole time.
Right.
And that happens.
So let's go on to
Me.
Oh no, I
Okay.
did before, and you're like, I didn't really want to.
No, I thought you were asking Chris for his opinion on the whole
Oh,
KO Ezekiel
Oh.
thing.
You can go ahead.
Yeah. Okay. No, I'm just glad the storyline's over, and if Elias is coming back, welcome back, Elias.
Walk with Elias.
That's right.
WWE stands for Walk with
Walk
Elias.
with Elias.
Hello,
So we
I'm
had
Elias.
actually another good match that I actually enjoyed,
Mhm.
and we now see that the United States Championship is like back to getting back to the prestige
Mhm.
like it should be, and we saw Bobby Lashley versus Ciampa, and I'll tell you that was a heck of a match. Like that was a really, really good match. What I'm looking forward to, and I know it's like a little ways up the road, especially if Bobby Lashley remains United States champion, but I'm definitely looking forward to Lashley versus Gunther.
Ooh.
Yeah.
That would be
It's Battle of the Big Dudes.
that would be insane. I think that would be actually a really, really good match. Mess around. What was your thoughts on Bobby Lashley versus Ciampa?
Man, what a good match. I mean, talk about Ciampa showing up and showing out. He really showed what he has. Like, I wasn't so sure about him when he first came up. He was good in NXT, but Vince just didn't feature him a lot, so
Mhm.
nobody really knew what he's going to do or how good he was going to be. But he really showed it in this match, and I was hoping that he would win. I wanted him to win so bad, but it didn't happen.
You're seeing him
Unfortunately, he
now.
got caught in the full Nelson thing,
Hurt Lock.
the hurt
You're-
lock, whatever you want to call it.
Seeing the actual Ciampa now. So this
Yeah.
is all right. Christy.
Definitely was a really, really good match. I mean, I wanted Ciampa to win too, but it's just really good to see him just being who he is and just having a really good match like he used to do in NXT.
It actually kind of wouldn't shocked me if Ciampa would have won. Is the
Yeah.
thing. It wouldn't have shocked me. because I know how high on Ciampa Triple H is. So
Mhm.
that's why I was
Been
like,
high
it
on him for
actually-
years.
it really wouldn't have shocked me if he would have won that match. But Big B, your thoughts?
Yeah, I was. Great match. I thought for sure they definitely would have put on a good match either way, if it was Vince Runner or Triple H. But yeah, we're seeing Ciampa get his due diligence with Triple H running there. We know that's one of his guys from NXT. We've seen many pictures, so definitely think we're going to see him get some gold here, probably at the pay-per-view, I think, or I don't know, but he's definitely getting his push.
Oh yeah, he's definitely getting there. Chris.
Yeah, so it's good to see Ciampa get a push for a title. U.S. title is a good one to start out with. I thought because of Triple H and Ciampa's relationship in NXT, that something would happen, but I think they wanted to make him strong, keep it on Lashley, maybe keep it at least to a Survivor Series, where, like you said, Lashley and Gunther would face off.
Oh yeah, that'll be good. I'm definitely looking forward to that because I think that they're going to both go into Survivor Series as champions. I think Gunther will hold on to it for a while, and I think Lashley will hold on to it for a while also. So I think Survivor Series, I think you're definitely going to see that. Now we can go into Finn Balor versus Rey Mysterio, and we saw that Finn Balor ended up picking up the victory. We might end up seeing a dominant turn here, but right now, as people were showing, it kind of shows that he's kind of put on the shelf a little bit right now.
Right.
So, and we had talked about this. We said there was going to be a difference between Triple H and Vince, and we knew that if Triple H didn't like a person, he was not going to have any difficult time being like, we're going to shelf you. You're going to be out for a little bit until you learn. And I think that that's kind of what Triple H has done with Dominic just a little bit. Been like, hey, we're going to put you out until you can kind of get a little bit better in the ring, and then we'll kind of bring you back in. So, Big B, your thoughts on Finn Balor and Rey Mysterio?
No, good match. I mean, these guys definitely could, go a couple more weeks. I'd watch it, but I think we're going to see a tag match, Edge. Now that we see Dominic being benched, I guess. So, and to me, that kind of reminds me back in the late '90s when David Flair was around, NWO, and they kind of mess around with him and Flair, and then of course David Flair came out as the masked guy, and turned. So I could see them kind of having Dominic stashed away, and I think that we're going to see him come out in a mask or some kind of love quarrel with Ripley. I think we're going to see Ripley have like mind games over him or something. So I do think we're going to see a Dominic return and a turn on his father.
But I don't think it's going to be a tag match. I actually think it's going to be Balor versus Edge. I think that's. I can see that's the Clash of the Castle, but Survivor Series coming up, so maybe there or something. Who knows? And just because Dominic got benched doesn't mean Triple H doesn't like him. He does need work. We all know that.
Yeah.
Well, no, I'm not saying that Triple H doesn't like him. I'm just saying that Triple H is that kind of guy that will tell him, "Hey, you're kind of struggling, so we're gonna
put you down."
Yeah, we're gonna put you down. We're gonna make you better, and then when you're better, we'll bring you back up.
And don't worry, it's not gonna be old Yeller style.
Yeah.
Right. It won't be like that, but we know that Triple H will have no problem with doing that.
Yep.
So, it's a new era. It is what it is.
Yeah.
All right. Crispy.
Yeah, no. It was a good match overall. I think they're trying to work on Dominic, but
he didn't put all the way up.
Yeah, she never stopped pumping.
I don't know.
I know.
Yeah.
I don't know. She's out better than but yeah.
All right, mess around.
I'm kind of disappointed that they're doing away with Dominic Mysterio. Love you. But sorry, my daughter was talking to me.
Oh,
I'm kind of disappointed that they're shoved him for a while because I really wanted to see that turn. I thought it was coming, but I love the way that at the end that Rhea brought him out on her shoulder, packed him out, and then dumped him, and that cost Dominic the match.
You
Yeah,
mean Ray? It cost Ray the match.
yeah.
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 Sorry.
No, it's all good.
Anyways, it was a good match. I figured Finn was going to win. I didn't think Mysterio was going to go over because they're still trying to push the
Hi.
whatever you call them,
Yeah.
the Judgment Day.
Yeah. Those guys.
All right, Christy.
No, not a bad match. I thought we were going to get a Dominic turn, and we didn't. Except when he shoved Edge in the locker room, I was like, ooh. But that didn't happen, and hopefully now that he's out for a little bit, hopefully he'll come back better, and we'll see what happens.
Or maybe he'll return like, you know what, I've been out with injury
Yeah.
and I saw whatever.
Yeah, like
Maybe.
Rhea Ripley beat the crap out of me, like really, 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 really bad.
You know,
Who knows?
moving on. One thing that I'm like super
Yeah.
excited about. One thing that I'm super excited about is Dolph being featured now because Dolph is my
Ah.
boy. Dolph is my boy, and I am like super excited that he is there. And he wrestled Chad Gable, and you know Chad Gable's good, Dolph is good, so you're seeing a lot of in-ring action there. Oh, there's Big B, he's still here.
Yeah,
So
I'm still here.
Dolph Ziggler and Chad Gable.
Overrated.
It should have
I-
been me.
No, I get what you're saying, Ace. I mean, yeah, Ziggler. No, he's got the
What in the
talent.
name of God was that?
I don't know.
I don't
But
know either.
no, I think Ziggler definitely getting featured is gonna work out. It is gonna be interesting to see how Triple H incorporates the guys he got from NXT to the guys that have been up on the rosters. So, but Gable and Ziggler definitely put out a good match, both talented. So it'll be interesting to see what they do with them too.
Mute his mic, Chris. Mute his mic. He said overrated. Mute his mic. Cut it. Cut it.
Oh no.
All right. Crispy.
Yeah, it's good to see Dolph Ziggler back out there. You know, he was, I guess, on the bench with an injury or something. I don't know, but it's been a while since we've seen him out there, and then he's kind of been, I don't know, helping or delaying Theory. So it's good to see him, I guess, in a tag team or going up against him.
And mess around.
I was just thinking for a second. Yeah, it did hurt, by the way. Anyway, wasn't it during the Rollins match that Dexter Lumis came out, or was that a different match?
That was
That
a different match.
That was the main event.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Anyways, seeing Dolph Ziggler get featured more is going to be a good thing because that guy's so underrated with what he can do. His in-ring style, his mic skills. He's got it all. He's a complete package. And hopefully he gets gold again because the dude deserves it.
Mm-hmm.
And Chad Gable's another guy that could really wrestle and should be featured more.
You're gonna see Dolph versus Theory, and the winner gets the briefcase. And
Oh, God.
Dolph is gonna win. And then Dolph is gonna come down and super kick Roman and pin him, and then stand up and be like, "Acknowledge me." And
Or he's
then-
just gonna say, "I told you it should have been me."
All right,
And then the cheerleaders come out.
Yeah, and then the cheerleaders come.
All right,
Nikki!
you thought,
No,
Mikey!
Yeah. I just think it was just cool that Dolph Ziggler and Chad Gable were featured because they're both good, and it is going to be a bit of a balancing act for Triple H to balance between those who are on the main roster already with the people he's calling up from NXT or who he's bringing back after they were released. But it was a good match, and I'm just glad they were given the chance.
So normally I would not even mention this next one because it is a squash match, but The reason I'm mentioning this is yes, Omos went up against two guys.
Oh my God.
And the two guys he went up against, it turned out to be guys that we know. And then one of them is actually going to be coming on Between the Ropes on the 21st. So with that, yeah, they're going to be coming on here. They're going to be talking a little bit about Monday Night Raw. They're going to be talking about, kind of what it was like, and and they're just going to be talking about a whole bunch of different stuff. So I'm actually very, very excited about that. The person's name is Spencer Slade. So one of them you saw on there, he's going to be the one that's going to be coming on here. Is Spencer Slade. But yeah, we can definitely jump into the main event of this evening. And I'll tell you, the crowd was really getting into this match, going, "This is awesome!" Because
what, the Omos match?
No,
the main event, the AJ Styles and Miz.
I wanted to do my Randy impression for the Omos match. That was the match of the night.
I just wanted just to mention that just really briefly.
No, I know. Good plug, Ace.
Yeah, but the main event though, like that was a really good match. It really showed like the no disqualification everywhere. It was awesome. Dexter Lumis appearing at the end. it was kind of funny.
Dexter.
Mess around. Your thoughts on AJ Styles and Miz there at the very end?
Those two, every time they wrestle, I mean, it's never the same match. Those two put on such a good show. They're both really talented, and I could watch this match every week if they put them together every week. Seriously. Mm-hmm. And the best part about it is like Triple H keeps bringing guys back. You saw Dexter Lumis, like I talked about earlier.
Yep.
I'm glad he's back because he's one of my favorites in NXT. So I can't wait to see how they use him.
Gene says I'm dreaming, so it definitely must be. She must be referring to that Dolph Ziggler and Roman Reigns thing.
That's probably it.
Oh
yeah.
Christy, AJ Styles and Miz.
Really, really good match. These two always put on a heck of sorry, they really put on one hell of a good match. And Dexter Lumis being there, this should be interesting. I wonder if he's looking for a certain lady in particular. Wink, wink.
Well,
Indy Hartwell.
From my understanding, from what I've read is AJ Styles was saying before he retires, he said that he wanted to wrestle a bunch of the young NXT guys just for the heck of it, just so he can say that he's got to wrestle them. Yeah. So I think that Dexter's probably going to be the first one that he's going to do a feud with.
Ooh, nice. Should be interesting. So, Dexter Lumis is actually really good. He's really good.
Yeah, he is really good.
And he spent some time on the indies after getting released, so there's no doubt in my mind that he's really good.
So Big B, how about you?
No, I mean, what can we say? I think Mess Around covered it. These two guys could definitely go at it. When Lumis came back, I read some reports and people were posting that they think the cops didn't know it was supposed to be him, and I don't know. I mean, like we said, I mean, we heard the rumors that they were in talks, and now he pops up. So Triple H has got something going to drive up ratings, and I believe the ratings have been up, a little bit each week. So
slow and steady.
Yeah, I think everybody's tuning in to see who comes back next.
Yep.
Yeah, I think the interesting thing is Big B, like you were talking about with the cops weren't quite sure, because if you watched Raw, it kind of seemed to me like at the end of it, like AJ Styles was staring like, hey, is somebody coming in? Because there was time left. Like the show went off early, and like everyone's like, hey, there's definitely something going on. So everybody thought maybe the cops legitimately did not know that Dexter was supposed to be going out there.
Yeah.
And then they came and grabbed him.
Dexter looked baffled kind of as he was getting hauled out of the arena. And he's
he looked like that all the time.
Yeah, but I'm just saying it's kind of weird though, because to me it kind of seemed that maybe, there was like a miscommunication to where they're like, oh, it's not supposed to be him, and so they went and grabbed him and took him away, and everyone's like, wait, he's supposed to be coming in the ring with AJ Styles. Like, what?
That's Dexter Loomis, you dummies.
Yeah, someone else pointed out too that AJ kept looking over there during the match, so maybe Dexter Loomis was the one that was behind the ball, or AJ was thinking it was a different time. I don't know, but
or maybe AJ was anticipating somebody coming out there, whether it was Dexter or not. I mean, only he knows.
There was a lot of speculation about
and then that car crash at the end too.
Yeah.
Two crashes.
Yeah, see, I missed that. What happened?
And then someone ran by Alexa Bliss during an interview segment in the black hoodie, and I think that was Dexter.
Yeah, that was Dexter, yeah.
Okay, so they're tying that together. Okay.
Yeah, they tied it together.
And somebody tweeted out, it wasn't me. It wasn't me.
Yeah.
It wasn't me.
Yeah. Rikishi was like, and it wasn't me this time.
I did it for The Rock.
Somebody posts out on one of the wrestling groups, and man, they're like, so were we not going to talk about the car wreck behind Alexa Bliss?
I'm going to have to go back and watch that and see, because, I did.
I did it for The Rock.
I did it for The Rock.
I did it for the people. I did it.
I did it.
So that was all of Raw in a nutshell. Okay, that was all wrapped up.
An absolute nutshell.
Yeah. And then we can jump over to SmackDown here. And yet again, SmackDown starts out with, again, the women's tournament. You had Raquel Rodriguez and Aliyah versus Shotzi and why am I drawing a blank?
I'm drawing a blank. No.
Oh.
Xia Li, I think?
Yeah.
Xia Li.
Yeah, Raquel and Aliyah versus Shotzi
Li.
and Xia Li, I think.
And then,
that was the one.
And then you had Raquel and Aliyah who won this match. So they're going to be moving on. So mess around. I'll start out with you. What do you think of this women's match?
I'm really loving the way they're featuring the women right off the bat on both shows. It shows that Triple H values the women is on the roster, and good for him for finally, giving the women their push and their due diligence and letting them feature themselves. The match is really good. I figured that Raquel and them were going to win. I can't wait for Friday to see the NXT girls come up.
Oh, Nikita and Zoe.
Yes, Nikita and Zoe. People have been waiting on the Nikita for a while.
Yeah, she's like, everyone is like crazy about her, how she is in the ring doing the splits and stuff like that. And she doesn't look like the typical wrestler that you normally find on the main roster or in NXT. She's different.
Well, we know why a lot of the guys are all into Nikita.
Yeah, I know. It's her.
We know why they're
her
all...
booty. It's got to be the booty.
But Chris, your thoughts on the women's
Well, I'm
match?
glad you said it, not me, because it looks bad if I say it.
All right. Raquel and Aliyah versus Xia Li and Shotzi. This was a really good match, and I'm just glad that Raquel and Aliyah won it. I really like Raquel, and I hope she eventually gets a push as a singles competitor at some point along the line, because she's strong, she's powerful, and she's so good. I mean, sky's the limit for her.
Yeah, and then, all right, so Big B.
No, it was a good match. Like Dave said, they're pushing the women right now, which is very good. Raquel needs to get her push as a singles. Needs to go back to Gonzalez. Hopefully, Triple H gets that. So, but yeah, I like this women's tournament. Like I said though before, some of the pairings don't mesh with me, but I wasn't back there making them.
Well, they had to do something, so they were just going with what they could.
Yeah, I get they had to do something, but I would have rather seen like Dana Brooke and Natalya together.
It wouldn't have been too bad.
Doudrop and Nikki Ash don't make sense to me.
You can't say that. You can't say that. Okay, so, all right. So Crispy Bacon.
Yeah, no, good match, kind of like on the Raw side. I'm not sure, who's gonna win coming up on the SmackDown side, but it's been a better tournament than they've had in a while for the women's tag team tournament.
Oh yeah, definitely. I was just glad that Raquel and Aliyah are moving on.
Mm-hmm.
And then, of course, our next match, we had the debut of Hit Row.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The re-debut.
The re-debut because they gotten released.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But three of them
the
are back.
re-debut.
We know where one member is.
Yeah, definitely. Ugh. All right, mess
Yeah.
around. The re-debut of Hit Row.
I didn't really know a whole lot about these guys. I just knew they were from NXT and they got released. But after watching them perform in that match, I was really impressed with them, especially that big guy. He can really move for his size.
Top dollar.
Yeah.
Top dollar,
Top dollar.
Top dollar. Top dollar.
Top dollar.
Christy.
I thought they were really good. I mean, Hit Row. There was people that I knew of. I was chatting with, and they're all going, "Where's Swerve? Where's Swerve?" I'm like, "Do you not know he's an AEW and he's one half of the AEW Tag Team Champions with Keith Lee? Come on now." I'm sure he's happy for Hit Row that they're back in WWE and they're on SmackDown and they're getting a chance thanks to Triple H.
Mm-hmm.
And I was really happy with him. I'm like, "Welcome back, Hit Row."
It didn't
Yes,
sound
he was
like
back.
Swerve was too
Mhm.
happy though.
Well,
Back again. Hit Row's back.
call a friend.
Big B.
Yeah, no, glad they came back. Again, another one that we saw pop up that they were in talks, and here they are re-debuting on SmackDown. Top dollar, like you guys said, can move. I actually kind of enjoyed him, not his wrestling skills, but during the treasure hunts that they did, doing those and listening to him speak and stuff about the history and stuff. So,
Yeah. He
know,
seems
but
like a
I'm
really
glad-
cool dude.
yeah, I'm glad they're back. Yeah, too bad Swerve's not with them, but he's off doing his thing in the AEW.
Yep.
Mhm.
He's a champion.
Crispy.
Yeah, no, Hit Row was good in the ring. I think they're gonna find a way to make a statement in the tag team division.
Yes.
We'll just see. But I think in one of the group chats, I said, "Wow," because that was kind of unexpected.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. TikTok. Okay.
TikTok.
TikTok. So going on to the next one, we had the Usos, who were supposed to be in a tag match, and it started out with just Drew McIntyre, and then Madcap Moss appears. So you have Drew McIntyre,
Nice.
Madcap Moss versus the Usos. You saw Drew McIntyre and Madcap Moss end up getting the victory. So mess around, Dave. Your thoughts on this?
I'm not talking about Drew McIntyre because I don't like Drew McIntyre, but I will talk about Madcap Moss because he impresses me every time I see him. The dude is getting so much better. No, in all seriousness, my son was asking me, he's like, "Why do you like Drew McIntyre?" I'm like, I don't like Drew's character, but Drew as a person is a nice guy. I like Drew the person. I just don't like his character.
I just liked how right before he came out, your boy Killer Cross was in the background, kind of peeking around the corner, going TikTok,
Right?
Yeah.
TikTok.
Everyone knows about the bloodline. Love
All
it.
right, Christy, your thoughts.
All right, this was not a bad match, and I like Drew McIntyre as both a person and as a wrestler. I think he's cool, but no, him and Madcap worked well together, and they beat the Usos. I'm glad. That Karrion Kross promo, let me tell you about the bloodline. That was good. I really liked it.
Big
TikTok.
B.
So I missed the beginning of this match, but I mean it was good. I'm glad Madcap and Drew won. I don't think nothing's going to come about it. I think they're trying to figure out Madcap for sure.
Yeah.
Did Drew not come out with the sword? Because I saw a lot of posts.
No,
that,
he did not.
He
No,
didn't.
no
Okay.
sword.
Because I saw that somebody said that Vince took his sword and went home. So that's why Drew didn't come out with the sword. So I don't know. That's why I was just like, really? Took away the
I
sword?
don't
Okay,
know.
whatever. But
Maybe Drew's waiting for a special. Maybe waiting for Clash of the Castle to whip out the sword.
I don't know. But
Maybe I don't know. I don't have any idea.
no, it was a good match. So
Crispy.
Yeah, no, I like the match. I think Drew got hurt in this match, though, from what I heard.
No,
I think he's been
Kinda,
Drew has been hurt before
Yeah.
this match.
Yeah,
oh, okay.
they got pulled from some
Okay.
live events that were scheduled for this weekend.
Yep.
Kind of give him some time to rest because his back has been giving him issues lately.
But no, in the Karrion Kross promo was really good. He kind of mentioned about his release, how he didn't like that,
Yeah.
but he kind of did it in a subtle way.
TikTok.
Tell you what, no, we gotta jump in. We gotta jump into that main event though.
Hey, before we get there, did you guys see Drew's comment about Karrion Kross?
What about it?
He said, like, the last time I seen you were like a medieval stripper.
Oh yeah, yeah. Right.
I hope they get this cross look. I like this cross look.
Yeah, he's got the leather jacket. He looks cool. He looks like a He looks like a badass.
His comments were like, I got jumped by a guy that was last seen dressed like a medieval stripper.
Right.
Oh my god.
Yeah. Now we'll jump into that main event with Gunther and Nakamura. This is the match I was expecting. Like, I was expecting a good match, and we got it. We actually got the good match because they said, you know what? Just go with it. Just go with the match. Just do what you do. And they did it. What actually surprised me was that the news came out today that it was like 4 weeks ago or something like that. Or no, it might have been actually in June. After at some point after Gunther came out on Raw, that Vince actually was like, nah, I'm not big on this guy anymore. And so he actually was gonna bury Gunther, and I was like, for real? Like,
Yeah.
you kind of see what he's doing now. Like,
Yeah.
Gunther and
Really
Nakamura just put on an insane match. So mess around. Your thoughts.
Yeah, you know, they first build him as being like an untouchable guy, like he was like squishing people. And to see Nakamura actually give him a decent match, it was really cool to see. Like, he took him to the limits. He tested him. I thought there was times that Nakamura was going to win this thing, but I figured, you know, it's too soon to take it off Gunther. I knew Gunther was going to win.
All right, Christy.
No, really, really good match, and I agree with mess around. I mean, Nakamura gave Gunther a real fight here, and you know there were moments I thought Nakamura was going to win, but Gunther pulled it out in the end, and there you go.
Big B.
Yeah. No, I think you guys have all said it's great so far that, you know, Gunther and Nakamura, I'd go for this match again this week or even at Clash of the Castle.
Mm.
But yeah, I read that story too that Gunther was going to get buried and Vince didn't like him. And, you know, so, and I've read, you know, quite a few stories that are coming out now that, you know, Vince was not behind a lot of things that maybe we get to here in a few minutes. But
Yeah.
so, but outside that, I think that was a banger of a match. I'd love to see it again.
Crispy.
The one thing that I want to see go away is that male model segment.
Yeah, get rid of the maximum male
Well,
models. It
I heard
sucks.
they're repackaging.
So yeah, so they're repackaging it because you can see that since it was there, like Triple H goes, well, I'll give you a little bit of time, but you're not going to be coming out there to take up our time on the air. You can do a little segment back here, but you're not.
Well,
going
did Eli Drake get a release or whatever his name is?
Max
No.
Dupree? No, he's still there.
Oh, is he? Okay.
Yeah.
I
Still
thought I
there.
read that they canned him.
Nope, he's still there.
Okay.
All right. Now I can play. Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Crispy.
Chris.
No, I mean, I had hope for Nakamura, but I think we all knew that Gunther was going to win it. But I still kind of had hope.
You know, guess it is. Yeah.
Yeah.
I kind of figured Nakamura wasn't going to win. I was just glad it was a good match, though. Like, that was my biggest thing on it. But that was pretty much, that was SmackDown in a nutshell there. That was all wrapped up into one. If you kind of want to kind of give your thoughts on what we might see tomorrow on Raw, as in maybe somebody debuting. So if you have an idea or you just want to take a shot in the dark, now would be the time to do it. So Crispy, I'll start out with you. Your final thoughts and who you think might be debuting tomorrow on Raw.
No, it was a good show. I think Tuesday Night Mania is going to move to Wednesday, and I think that the Fiend may return.
Ooh.
Or Bray Wyatt.
I don't think the Fiend will be returning tomorrow, but
No.
mess around.
I don't know who's coming back, but I'm really excited to see where they go with Dexter Lumis.
I think my shot in the dark is just thinking he's going to go after AJ Styles, and I think you're going to see a Loomis and AJ feud. Christy.
All right, this is an absolute shot in the dark. Johnny Gargano comes back tomorrow and slaps Theory upside the head.
Oh.
Potentially, I think.
Because they were in the group The Way in NXT.
Yep.
Oh, yeah.
But they are though tomorrow. The one match that I was actually excited for too. That they did say that AJ Styles is going to be taking on Bobby Lashley tomorrow.
Ooh, yeah, I heard that. I'm like, let's go.
And I was like, yes, please, I will take that. I will take
Make
that.
it happen.
All right, Big B, how about you?
No, I can't wait for tomorrow. I don't think we're gonna get the feel like Ace said. I'll throw out a name out there that I know Ace is gonna love that come back.
Oh boy.
I think Bobby Lashley gets his hype man back.
Leo Rush.
Oh, I love that. Ace
Leo Rush has been in talks and said he's close.
Mute him.
Also, Chrissy, you might get your wish because Triple H said he's been talking to some stars that had name changes, and Doudrop, that was the first one he reached out to, so she might be changing her name. So,
Piper Niven?
Yeah, I don't know, but
I don't know
no,
either.
I
But it would be
definitely
great if it went back, if she got that name back.
Yeah. Triple H so far has impressed me since this past week, so keep it going.
I don't want Leo Rush back.
I don't either.
I don't want
He's pretty much his own worst enemy. Talented in the ring, but he's just his own worst enemy.
Lashley.
I know, right? God, that was that crazy. Honestly, I don't know who's gonna debut tomorrow.
Yeah, who knows?
Yeah,
we'll find out.
It could legitimately be because I don't think people were expecting Dexter Lumis to come back that quick. Like
I wasn't.
Yeah, I didn't know how long they were in talks for, and then he just kind of appeared. I'm like, oh, there he is.
I really want to see
Dexter.
I want to see Cameron Grimes come up, but I know it's not going to happen because he's involved in the storyline right now in NXT.
Yeah.
So,
but and that's the thing. It's like the last two, Karen Cross and Dexter Lumis, we heard the day of or a little bit the night before. They're like, oh, they're in talks, they're close, and poof, they showed up. So
yeah.
The big story now is Bray Wyatt's in talking close to signing. So, I mean, it could be anybody, any wrestler that's out there.
But I think because of how big the Bray Wyatt character is in The Fiend, I don't think they would have him debut on Raw or SmackDown. I legitimately think they would.
I don't think he's coming back as The Fiend.
No,
or he could be coming back as a completely different character.
I think they would debut him, like re-debut him on like a pay-per-view. I think that's when they would.
Yeah, it's got to be something big.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I think him and Bo Dallas come back together.
So
that'd be cool.
I think it could be something like at the Clash of the Castle, he attacks whoever wins. Like he comes out and appears and attacks whoever wins.
Yeah, possibly.
Well, apparently from that post that somebody shared in the group, that his contract I don't know if it's true, demands that he's going to be main event and he's going to get titles and blah, blah, blah.
Yeah, that's what the talks are, the fine
That's-
print and stuff. Yeah.
Yeah.
With that,
Yikes.
anyways, we're at that hour mark now, so we definitely want to thank everybody for watching. It was another great show, and we will see you next Sunday for another episode of Between the Ropes. Have a good night, everybody.
Good night.